You drive in, you see the clubhouse that was the stables, you see the fescue blowing. Still kind of gives me chills.
The moment I pull in, I just feel relaxed.
I think you're always awestruck when you come in. It's very peaceful.
After 10 years, 20 years, 40 years, 50 years, you name the number. Well, we got to do a little tweaking and eventually say, well, let's look at the golf course, see what it looked like when we started, okay? When they developed this, it was pretty unique. It was different. It was horse country out here. This was the real suburbs. It's not your regular golf course. You know, you got 1-9 kind of through the trees, and 1-9 is out in the parkland, it's out in the heather, and it's different.
Robert Trent Jones was really good friends with Bobby Goodyear, the founding member. You could just tell there was a good relationship there because he spent a lot of time on this project. There was a lot of passion, and just RTJ was here a lot. You know, so you can just tell he put a lot of thought and wanted to make this, you know, one of his better products.
Robert Trent Jones was really proud of this course. And, you know, there was a story from people that have talked to him, and he said, Crag Burn, yeah, I remember that place. That one I almost got it right there. You know, being critical of himself, but really felt that he put a great design here.
When I first got here, you could tell very quickly that the golf course was tired. So I knew we had to do something. This place was built in 1969, you know, how much changed over the years, and it was a lot. It was very eye-opening. We got the 1974 aerial and we saw the bunkers on there and it was just like, they were out of this world and complete opposite of what we've had. We already had 4 different routing plans in my office that I had found, and we found the right routing plan. We saw how crazy the bunkers were on there. We saw how crazy the greens were. And I just happened to be in the attic of the clubhouse one day and found the 3D model. I thought it was a TV. Wiped the dust off the glass there and went, jackpot, jackpot, this is it. And from there on, there was nobody that was gonna say, we don't need to do this project.
What he did is started showing us different aspects that had changed over the years. Probably the most important part were the greens had become smaller.
He started reaching out, talking to board members and saying, hey, I think there's an opportunity to restore this place back to something really pretty special.
Instead of us doing it, which is always a mistake, the members starting to fiddle with the course, we brought in a golf architect that was known as someone who could rearrange, I'll say, the Trent Jones design, but maintain the Trent Jones design.
We try to honor the heritage of the club. RTJ, we love RTJ Sr., you know, Robert Trent Jones Sr. His work, I feel like, is very underappreciated in this era. And he was a king in his day. And, you know, really just try to honor the history, honor the club, and get back to its roots and the grandeur that was once here. Lacy edge bunkers, gorgeous stuff. So that's what we're going back for. Really, they're gonna get back their old shapes, their lacy edges, low leading edges, higher sand flash, abut the greens a little more. They've become segregated from the greens, and what we mean by that is the greens have shrunken and the fairways have shrunken, and the bunkers sort of became disconnected. They'll be beautiful, so it'll be artistry, artwork. You know, Robert Trent Jones, his old sketches that his firm produced, they were really, really, you know, sexy, and they were gorgeous and aesthetically pleasing. We'll get back to the jagged, lacy edge. It'll really pop, and then it'll set the club apart in this whole Buffalo vicinity. Nobody else really has this look, and we think it'll be, you know, very special. Just like the club, you know, just like the club, you pull in, everything here is different. It's that great Gatsby era vibe, and the bunkers will kind of really help resonate with that. The greens always shrink over time. It's just what happens at these beautiful old historic clubs. And it's no fault really of the superintendent, but you lose an inch or two a year and you go 40, 50 years, next thing you know, we're looking at 10, 12, 14 feet on some of these edges. And when we look at old aerials like the 1974 aerial, it shows the old perimeter of the green, and then we can also pull cores and find the old greens mix from 1970, 71 when they built the golf course. So doing a little bit of archaeology and a little bit of aerial, you know, verification, and then we find out, wow, the greens weren't all egg-shaped and rounded. they had a little bit more movement to them in the shape. And what we mean by that is a lot of the greens have become truncated over the years and come in on the corners that were hardest to mow. And now we want to push those back out and then get a little more variety with the flagstick locations. And we're probably going to average about 3 new locations per green. They haven't done a lot of work here over the years, so it's a lot of original pieces that are sitting here. A lot of original greens, a lot of original bunker locations. Nobody's really had a heavy hand tinkering, so we feel very fortunate that we've been tasked to kind of take the baton and take it to the next level here. As we get to 13, we're reworking the bunker on the right side of the fairway, bringing it a little more into the fairway. It always sat the 2 bunkers kind of sat up on the hill. We're gonna make it 1 as RTJ had, bring it out into the landing area a little bit, and then at the green, 2 beautiful back wings. That green has a beautiful spine, a spectacular spine emanating through the green. So we're gonna have this big back left corner, back right corner, and then bring the bunkers in a little tighter to the putting surface. And then on 14, pushing the RTJ bunker that sat kind of way out of the ground. It was kind of one of the weird bunkers out here that sat above grade a little too much. And so we're depressing the bunker a little bit, moving it down the golf hole, bringing it back into play for most players on 14, and then rebunkering the greenside bunkers in their same locations, just giving them back that lacy edge. The green doesn't really change at 14 at all. And then at 15, lining up the tees. There was a lot of meat and a big roll in front of the fairway. We want to lower that a little bit for visibility. Then we're taking the fairway and opening it up down the left side. And then at the green, we're restoring the big, beautiful left greenside bunker, which is one of the sexier bunkers out here. It'll be very aesthetically pleasing from the fairway and daunting, expanding the green back left and the 2 bunkers in the back.
I think people are more in awe rather than they're coming out going, we knew this was going to be good, but now they're seeing it and it's like, holy cow, I can't believe how good this is going to be.
This is the next 50 to 100 years here to really put this place back to what Robert Trent Jones intended when he designed it.
We owe it to the people before us. We owe it to Robert Trent Jones Sr. He did such a fabulous job here, and we really wanted to recapture the masterpiece that he put here.
The more you get into it, the more you see the changes being made. It's a humbling experience to be involved in something that's going to have lasting effect well past when we're here.